Hey guys, welcome to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and today we are going to be doing a review for the brand new Darth Vader comic that came out, issue 7. Now, I did a live reaction to this comic book, live read, which is also on the channel if you guys want to go check that out. But it's extremely long. I understand if you just want to watch my review. Now, I want to thank where I actually read the book from. There's this great YouTube channel called Star Wars Story, and what they do is they take the comic book and they turn it into a video for us to read, so we don't have to buy the comic books. If you're like me who wants to read these Darth Vader comic books but cannot spend a whole lot of money, then this is a great chance for us to read the comic book, because, well, these guys actually put out the comic book in video form, slap on a good pair of Star Wars music, and we just have to sit back, enjoy, and read along. I really cannot thank those guys enough. I don't know them personally or anything, but I really want to get the word out there that they're doing this, because it's like a fantastic idea. What they're doing is absolutely fantastic. It's a absolutely fantastic chance for people like me who can't spend a lot of money to actually read these comics. I can't thank them enough. But nonetheless, let's actually move on to the comic itself. So, Star Wars Darth Vader. What happens is Darth Vader is now training the Inquisitors, and he actually chops off one of their arms. Like, I was not expecting him to chop off their arm. And then he says, "It's an arm, you'll just get over it." Oh my god. You know, that was actually pretty funny. Vader never tries to be funny. It's just, he just is, because what he says is exactly how the situation is, and you just don't think he's gonna say it like that. It's just perfect. It was absolutely Vader humor. I know a lot of people, I actually like the line, but a lot of people have an issue with the line that he says in Rogue One about "don't choke on your aspirations." I didn't mind it. I thought it was funny. To me, it actually seemed like Darth Vader humor. I think people thought it was too much for Darth Vader to say, too cringy, and I can understand that, but if you look back at the really old stuff, and even in this comic book, that's kind of Darth Vader's humor, you know? It's nothing new. I know a lot of people didn't like that line, but I sure did, and I didn't think it was out of place. And I know to a lot of people it did seem like that, but it didn't seem out of place to me. But anyway, after that, Darth Vader joins the Inquisitor, joins the Grand Inquisitor, to a room where he actually gets a hologram list of all the remaining Jedi, or at least who they think they are alive. And actually, one of them is apparently, I didn't read it, this was something from Collider. There's this super cool Jedi, I'll leave a link to it in the description below, but there's another Jedi who is actually alive that Vader might go hunt sometime in this comic book, which would be cool. I can't remember the guy's name at all. But anyway, what's really important is we find out that the Jedi that Vader is going to hunt first is the Jedi Jocasta, and no, I actually had to look up her name to figure out what it was. Jocasta was apparently the librarian in Star Wars Episode 2 who was actually rude to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan asked her about something in the database, and she said if it's not in the database, it doesn't exist. And she was pretty rude with Obi-Wan. It's that character. She survived the Jedi Purge, and we get to see what she's up to. She's building a nest of holocrons, which I think is setting up something for the future. I'll talk in another video about that. I think Luke could possibly find those holocrons. I'll leave a link to a video that I made about Star Wars theories, and one of them is going to be Luke finding holocrons. And then we get a little bit from the Emperor as well. Apparently she hid something very important that the Emperor wants, and he is tasking Vader to go after it. Now, of course, he's tasking the Inquisitors to go after it too, but the Inquisitors are not Sith. The Inquisitors do not need to know the importance of the object that they are looking for. We don't get get to know what that object is yet. If you ask me, and I'll leave a link to the video in the description below, it's the same video that I was talking about, I have a theory on that as well. I'll just leave a link to that video in the description below and talk about it there. But yeah, I have a theory of what she hid, what they could be going after, what the Emperor wants, and what Vader is going to get him. Of course, we get a little bit more information about the Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor. Apparently, he really hates Jocasta because Jocasta would never give him information to the archives. It's similar to what Jocasta did to Obi-Wan and what Jocasta did to Anakin Skywalker. So, I think there's going to be a really cool battle coming up where they are definitely going to be wanting revenge on her for not letting those two have access to the information that they wanted. But nonetheless, I really liked this chapter, guys. That's all that happens, really. I really liked this chapter, guys. I enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed it. If I had to give this a rating, I'd give it a 6 or maybe a 3.4 stars or something like that. There wasn't a lot that happened here. We just get a little bit of information. We get to see a little bit of training. I was hoping to see more of the train between Vader and the Inquisitors. Maybe we'll see that in later volumes, later comics. But nonetheless, I'm really excited for this, and what I'm hoping is not necessarily an Inquisitor comic, but perhaps one spin-off adventure comic with the Inquisitors going after different Jedi, like maybe 2 or 3, and then calling in Vader to finish them off. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's going to happen in the Darth Vader comic, or if that's just going to be like a little spin-off comic that they can do in Star Wars. I don't know, Star Wars 30 or something like that. I don't know how many comics they plan to do, but I hope that happens soon. I hope that we get one comic where it's just the Inquisitors for the most part, and then right at the end, they call in Vader to finish it off. Even if it's just one chapter comic, you know what I mean? I would actually really enjoy that, because the Inquisitors, we get to see what they are in Star Wars Rebels a little bit, but I think they could do a lot more with the Inquisitors, make them seem like more of a threat, because right now they really don't seem that big of a threat. I mean, these are people that are being trained by Darth Vader. These guys should be a big threat, and they don't seem to be as big as a threat in Star Wars Rebels because they were taken out so easily. So I hope that they come out with a comic that actually shows us that these guys really are a huge threat. But nonetheless, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the chapter, and what you guys think about her setting up those holocrons, and what he could be going back for. What does the Emperor want with her? Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Bye.